Welcome back, guys. It's noon time. This is the Nooner video where I kind of get a conversation going in the chat. I say chat, but I've been in the comment section, kind of like a chat. I read them all down there, and you know what a Nooner is. You've been coming to this channel long enough, but if you're new here, thank you for coming in. Subscribe. Come on, subscribe. I know a lot of you watch the videos, but don't subscribe. Subscribe. Come on, subscribe. What are we going to talk about today? Well, probably something you all wanted to talk about. Star Wars, Kenner. Mini rigs. You got that right. Mini rigs. I want to see what you guys think, because here is my I've changed a lot on the mini rigs, but this was me as a kid. Ugh, that wasn't in the movie. What is that? It's small and stupid. Whew. You mean I could buy 3 figures for the price of that? I'm not buying a mini rig. Ugh. Hated the mini rigs. Hated the mini rigs. But I don't even really remember the mini rigs. I can remember 1 or 2 of them being like, what's this? Or see them in that little catalog. I remember seeing them in those Kenner catalogs that come with the places. What is this? Never circled it. Never told anyone. Never went, gimme, buy me a mini rig. Never. I don't know anyone that even had a mini rig. We all saw mini rigs at Kmart, and we pulled up our middle finger at them because I don't even remember, like I said, I don't even remember seeing them at the store. I knew they made them, seen pictures of them, mini rigs. Never liked mini rigs as a kid. I don't want that. Give me something in the movie, unless it's a troop transporter. That one I let slide. But mini rigs, yuck. Then I got a little older. Moved on from Star Wars, started trying to collect girls. Wasn't very good at it, so went back to collecting toys in the 90s. And started getting into collecting vintage stuff. And I was like, okay, I got all the shit. I can't afford these ships. I'm not paying $15 for an old X-Wing Falcon. X-Wing Falcon. What is the X-Wing? I'm not paying $20 for an old Falcon. Oh, I can afford a mini rig. Started looking at them, but this ain't in the movie. What is this? A mini rig? Local comic book store I used to hang out at. He used to sell them. He sell, dime a dozen, as they say. Cheap. You could buy mini rigs cheap. Vintage mini rigs. You see them in the Toy Shop magazine. It was like, buy a carded figure, get a free mini rig. They were just trying to give away mini rigs. I think I said wigs. They were easier to get, well, almost as easier to get as a boxed bandolier strap with the holes of the figures. Remember that? But in the 90s, started collecting vintage. I was getting loose figures. I was getting loose ships. I was getting loose playsets. I was getting loose vehicles. I was getting loose creatures. I was getting anything I could vintage, except the mini rigs. I was like, look at that. I'm not buying that mini rig. It has no connection to my childhood. Has no connection to Star Wars when I watch it. Silly. Looks like, as they would say today, that's just a cash grab. Kenner's trying to make money. Kenner's making enough money. They didn't have to do a cash grab, but they did anyway. I can understand. Sometimes you didn't have enough money for a big ship, so you wanted to buy something, play your figures in, so they were good in a cheap value kind of way. But in the 90s, I was like, oh, mini rigs. I'm a true collector. I do not collect mini rigs. Put my nose up really high. You know how it is. Get all snobby and everything. Oh, look at that kid over there playing with a mini rig. Whew. So, in the 90s, I didn't like mini rigs. And then, kind of took a break from collecting, decided to get married, kind of still, every once in a while, try to find something, kept up with what was going on in the community and everything. And then, started a YouTube channel, started talking to you guys. Then I would see people would ask me, what do you think about the mini rigs? Or people would say, hey, check out this picture of a mini rig. Or, hey, look at this mini rig. And then I thought, that's not in the movie. Well, it's really not that bad. It was kind of fun. That's right. The Junkman has softened. Has softened. Softened? Has softened or has soft? It's past tense. I have softened. I have softened. That's right. I have softened my views on the mini rig. Today, I don't hate the mini rig. You don't see any over here. I do have 2 or 3 over here in the box. But you don't see them over here. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I've come to accept what they are. They're small little toys. If you're a kid, they're good to play with. Like I said, you couldn't always buy a big ship or something. That was like Christmas and birthdays. But this you probably could afford with some lunch money. Yeah, lunch money. You know how it is. Your mom gives you money to eat lunch with at school. Stick it in your pocket, save it at the end of the week, and then go buy a toy with it. That's what most of us did anyway. We used to have lunch tickets. Remember that? Didn't you? I don't know if this is off topic. I don't know if this happened to anybody else. I hate when people, junk teenager. Let me get you a reduced lunch ticket. They always wanted to ask we had two. We had free lunch ticket and reduced lunch ticket. And then you had the kids that paid cash for their lunch. And they would always say, hey, give me a reduced lunch ticket. Or give me a free lunch ticket. I was like, I don't have a free lunch ticket. Okay? I don't know. I'm probably talking about something you guys are like, I don't know what he's talking about. At least at my school, that's what we had tickets. But I guess you had the people that could afford lunch got the free ticket. People that could afford lunch sometimes got the reduced lunch ticket. And then you had people like me that didn't get a ticket at all, didn't even bring money to buy lunch because who bought lunch at school? Who bought lunch at school? That was for the nerds. At least I'm talking high school here. I'm not talking where you're forced to go to lunch. But you could do two things. You could do, well, in high school, you had go to lunch, sit at a table with a bunch of stupid people, eat stupid food, or hang out in the back of the school near the patio back there. And actually might smoke a cigarette, although I didn't smoke, but some kids were smoking, nobody even cared. Hang out, flirt with the girls, flirt with the boys, flirt with whoever you wanted to flirt with, play around, joke around, give people wedgies, do all kinds of stuff. I know a guy who used to do imitations of Bob Hope, and we're talking like 1989 here. He would do Bob Hope impressions. He was pretty good at it too, actually. But I was like, they probably don't like three of us laugh because we knew who the hell Bob Hope was. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic for mini rigs here, but I don't think I ate lunch in high school one time. I don't think I ever went into the lunchroom one time at all. Now, a few times we did leave lunch and go to walk to Burger King or something. Did that a few times and didn't get caught. And we had 2 lunch breaks. Well, we didn't have 2 lunch breaks, but they would split it in half. Like 11:30 to like 12, I don't know, hour, maybe, I don't know how long it was. Let's say 11:30 to 12:30, then 12:30 to 1:30 was another half of the school. Ooh, instead of going to 4th period, I would take 2 lunches. What you do now is when the bell rings for the lunch to end, you go hang out in the bathroom or something, and somebody's honking the horn. Somebody's telling me to hurry up. Anyway, you go to the bathroom or something, then the bell rings and the other class comes out for lunch. You just blend right on in. Of course, you do fail the 4th period class because you always mark, and they're like, hey, you were in homeroom. Why wasn't you in 4th grade? 4th grade. Hey, you were in homeroom. Why wasn't you in 4th period? Who's detention for you, mister? Or the best of, you didn't come to school? We're going to suspend you. You can't come back for 3 days. Let me see. So if I don't go to school, my punishment is I can't come to school for 3 days? Ooh, they fixed me then. Hey, he won't come to school. We won't let him. Oh, okay, I'm way off topic. We're talking mini rigs here, guys. Mini rigs. Let me know what you think about the mini rigs. And don't forget to come back at 5 o'clock for the Junkman Quickie, where we're going to talk about the top 10 variant action figures. Actually, everybody on the news and stuff talking about variants. We're going to talk about variants from Star Wars, X-Men, Fantastic Four, a lot of them. So come back at 5 o'clock for that. And then 8 o'clock,
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.